always, before we get started, if you like the channel, please feel free to subscribe. If you like the content, smash the like button. And if you have not already, ding the bell so that way you know when I come out with new content. All right, guys. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Today is Sunday, so anybody that likes football, I hope your team wins. Okay, today's topic of conversation is called keeping your cool. I speak from experience with this. As most people know, I had an incident happen, um, and I firmly believe that if I did not keep my cool in that situation, it may have ended differently. With everything that's going on in rideshare news lately, hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Um, Basically, like over the past 2 months since my incident, and I started doing YouTube, I've kept closer notice to the news and about things that happen. So I will say, like, um, the guy that got shot in Frederick, Maryland, um, the guy that just got released for killing his rider because there was an altercation. All of these things, there's ways to avoid them and ways to not avoid them. And keeping your cool in a situation like this can help dramatically. We've all had belligerent and drunk passengers. What's up, Windex? How are you doing? Rideshare helper, if you go to my videos, the very first one that was uploaded, I had guys pull guns on me. That was my incident. Um, at the very beginning, I told the driver to get the hell out of my car because, or actually told him to get the fuck out of my car because um, he was just joking around. He wasn't my passenger, and it escalated. But you can watch that video whenever you want. Um, but yes, guys, any situation that happens to you, um, I've had a lot of drunk passengers at times where sometimes they annoy the shit out of me. But you just need to learn how to keep your calm, how to stay somewhat sane doing this job. Okay, it's not easy. Some days it is not easy. Some days you get the asshole passenger, or you get an entitled passenger. Um, you get people that are stuck up, that are ignorant, that think you are basically their slave because you are driving them from point A to point B. And how's it going, sexy? Um, so what I want to say to that is you really need to keep your cool and learn when to pick your battles. Um, like Dustin says, don't take shit from anybody. You got to learn when to put up with shit and when to push back. And in most cases, it's safer to just put up with it a little bit than start a fight, especially with somebody in your car while you're driving. Um, for anybody that is also in here right now, since I have a couple people in this live chat, anybody that does not have a dash cam, I will be doing a live giveaway November 1st at 8 p.m. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to try and do it. Also, if you are new to this channel, anytime I do a live stream, if you are able to super chat and help the channel out, that is greatly appreciated. Um, but yeah, you really need to learn to just keep your cool. I mean, I've had passengers with that incident occur. I had a lady flip out because I turned her ride down because she had too many groceries and it wouldn't fit in my car. And then we put the groceries in my car, and she had a couple, but then she had kids, which I didn't see till afterwards, and she didn't have any car seats for any of them. So I had to turn her down, and she got irritated and pissed off. Um, Sorry, like that's the roll of the dice. People know the rules. Um, I've had people that I'm trying to think of all the stupid things that have happened. It's crazy. I had a two frat guys the one time get in my car, um, and they both sat in the back and they said, "Can you wait for our friends?" I said, "Yeah, that's no problem." And this was when I had my van. I could see one, two, three, four, five, six people, and so there was two in the back, And next thing I know, a huge group of guys come. And I'm like, okay, it's no big deal. There's 4 more guys. So they get in and they start piling more guys. And I told them, I said, look, I can only take as many as I have car seats for. Like, if that doesn't work, then you guys can all get out. So they agreed, and it was fine. But you need to know when to pick those battles. How's everybody's weekend going? Hi, Sexy. How are you? How's it going, Windex? No car seat is a big issue in Pottstown. Can't fix stupid. No, you cannot, rideshare helper. Do you currently drive? Because if you do, I'll show you something that you could get that could help you with that. I personally have kids, so I have car seats in my car, so I offer them, especially when I drive in Philly. Okay, rideshare helper. Here's something I'll show you. Let me see if I can find it first. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to my back seat. All right. I don't want nobody's kids in my car. One thing I do, because I have kids, so I got this for my kids, but I keep it in my back seat anyway because it's small. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right, guys. Drive somewhere else quick because apparently my video keeps cutting out. Alright guys, so like I said before, the topic of the conversation today is basically just knowing when to keep your cool. Or should I say knowing when to pick your battles. Most passengers are nice, at least in my market. Most passengers are well behaved. You do have sometimes the passengers, and yes, I don't have my seatbelt on because it keeps beeping. I'm not going far, so that's why I didn't put it on. But most passengers, for the most part, in my area, are pretty decent and pretty nice. And in most instances, I've never really had bad experiences other than a couple. When I go out Friday nights and Saturday nights, I get drunk passengers. Sometimes they're belligerent and it's a drunk Saturday or whatever. Okay, but with everything, like I said, you need to learn to pick your battles. If he ever comes back into the live stream, I forget who it was asking me about the car seats. I'll show it to him. But I wish I could see who's in the room. Anybody in the room, say hi so I know you're in the room. Okay? But with everything, like I said, guys, no matter who you're driving, you always got to pick your battles. If it's something that is a law as far as car seats, too many people in the car, or open containers, things like that, of course you need to stand up and you need to pick your battle, because those are things that can get you in trouble. Okay? Those are things that if you get pulled over by a cop, the rider won't get in trouble, you will. You as the driver will be the one that gets in trouble. Other things as far as passengers, how shall I say, their attitude, if you have people in your car arguing, things like that, those things are pretty much on a basis of what you see is, like, it's up to you. Hey, Sexy, nice to see you back. I'm trying to see who was asking me about the car seat. Who was that? Rideshare helper. So sexy, you don't like taking other people's kids. But anyway, like I said, guys, I have kids. I have toddlers. I will not take people's kids if they're babies or infants unless they have a car seat, because I don't have a car seat for infants. However, I have these for my toddlers. Okay, it's called a MyFold car seat. Basically, it's a booster seat, but it's really small. Okay, it folds open like this. See how thin it is? The point of this is, rather than being a booster seat, it brings the seat belt with this right here on the end. It brings the seat belt down to the shoulder of the kid. So rather than boost the kid up to the car seat, it brings the seat belt down to the kid. You can get these on Amazon for maybe 20 or 30 bucks at the most. And this literally fits in the back of my seat back here, little thing that opens up, and I can sit it right in there. That's what I use for if people don't have car seats. I say, hey, I have this, because I don't like giving that money away to somebody else. Like, if I'm driving in Philly, I have two of these. I'll take both of them along, and I'll stick them in the back of my car, and that way I'm not passing up money. I know people don't like taking people. Some people are idiots, and if they come to somebody that has a car seat, doesn't have a car seat, they'll take them anyway. I don't do that. Like, I'm not going to break the law and get $1,000 fine or whatever it is because I don't have a kid in a car seat. And if I get in an accident, I don't want somebody's kid to be hurt. That's not my responsibility. So, but yeah. So I use these. It's really good. Small. Okay, it fits easily. It doesn't take up any trunk space. And that way, when I have airport runs, I put these in the back of my car, in the back seat, behind my seat, and I still have plenty of room in my trunk for luggage and things like that. Exactly. That's why I provide a seatbelt. But I don't like, the whole thing with me, sexy, is I don't like passing up money. When I go down to, like, when I go down to Philly, or when I go to a hot area and I'm driving all day long, I don't like to pass up money. So the 10 minutes it took me to get to you, for me to find out you don't have a car seat, that's money that I just wasted getting to you. So if I can take you, then I'm going to. I don't like having money left on the table. At the end of the day, when I start driving to when I go home and I go to bed, all the money that I'm out there, all the time I'm in my car, I want somebody in my car, so that way I'm always earning money. But yeah, like I said, the whole topic of this conversation is keeping your cool. So if you don't have a car seat, in your car, and somebody comes up to you, and you, like, if you pull up and you see a woman with little kids, you need to ask them, roll your window down, keep your doors locked so they can't get in your car, roll your window down, say, hey, what's your driver's name? They say, my driver's name's Bob. Okay. Oh, I see you have kids. Do you have a car seat? They say no. You say, okay, well, I'm sorry, I can't take you because I do not provide car seats. You have to have your own. Everybody knows that. I wish Uber at some point would put it into the app where it would ask you if you need car seats or blah 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 whatever, because it would just make it so much easier, but they don't. So anyway, I think everybody's out of. Sexy, how's your family doing? I'll talk to you for a little bit. There's two people in the chat, but you're the only one that said hi. So I just also, again, I want to thank 44, I forget what his name is, 44 Rillion. He donated a super chat the last live chat we had, so I want to say thank you to him. I'm trying to figure out a way to do the dash cam giveaway. And I think what I might do, Sexy, I don't know, tell me if you think this would be good since you've been here from the beginning. Do you think it would be okay if I do the day of the super chat to get the dash cam, to get entered into the dash cam? You do a $2 super chat. So every single person that donates a $2 super chat gets put into $2 or more, whatever they want, gets put into a hat. I will write the names down, and then we'll pick a name. Like I'm trying to figure out ways to do it because I don't want to give my cell phone number out. I like them both. I like Vin Diesel better because I like Fast and the Furious movies, and I like um, the Triple X movies. I'm a car guy. I love car movies. So like Vin Diesel in Triple X with the Pontiac GTO, that was awesome. Windex, what do you think about that? For the live chat, anybody that donates $2 or more to the live chat gets put in a drawing for the free dash cam. Thanks, Isaiah. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, like some people might not have a card or might not have any money left at the end. That's true. I don't know what I want to do. Like it's hard for me to figure out how to do it. Um, I think I might just see how many people are in the live chat. You know what I might do, Sexy? I think I'm going to see how many people are in the live chat because normally when I do live chats, I only get about 5 to 10 people. And then I only ever usually get 5 to 10 people when I do a live chat. So when I do my live chat, again, it's Friday, November 1st. Maybe I'll just have everybody pick a number depending on if there's 10 people in there. Whoever's in live, pull from that name. That's what I'm thinking. I might just have everybody. Like I think what I might do is I'll put a number in a hat, or I'll write a number down before I start my live chat on a piece of paper, and I might just have people pick numbers, and whoever's the closest is the one that gets it. That actually seems the easiest way, like the easiest way to do it. So, one thing I did want to say too, guys, if you do watch my videos, all of us YouTubers, the way that everybody knows the way we make money is our ads. So, if you could do me a favor, if you like the video, like the content I come out with, just do me a favor and hit the like button, because that will basically, the more likes a video gets, the more recommendations it gets, the more people that watch it. So in turn, the more videos that you like of your favorite YouTubers, the more we get put out there. So if you like videos that I come out with, please do me a favor and share them. I did make a parody last week about ejector seats in your car. I hope everybody liked that. I thought it was funny. I want to just put something. Yes. So I am doing Windex. This is the longest I've ever had my beard. I'm doing no shave November, don't shave December, and then maybe no shave 2020. I don't know. I want to keep growing it out. Thank you, Sexy. Like I said, guys, all I appreciate is if you guys watch my content. I appreciate that more than anything. Um, if you like the videos that I come out with, do me a favor and feel free to share them either on your Facebook page or wherever. If you guys belong to any like Uber, Lyft, or specific pages on Facebook, feel free to share the content there. The more you guys spread the word, the more I can come out with more content. Um, so yeah, that's all I ask, guys. Even more sometimes than super chats. Like, yeah, it's great to have super chats. I love it when somebody gives me a super chat, because then I see like you're kind of investing a little bit in the channel. Jacqueline, no, I have not had anyone drive me nuts lately. Like I said, when it comes to when I drive, it's usually Fridays and Saturday nights, so I'm used to like belligerent drunks or um, that type of thing. Those aren't the big deals. Um, so yeah, I'm used to that. Like I said, guys, you just need to know how to keep your cool in situations. Okay, if you have somebody that's kind of pushing your buttons a little bit, just remember that they're only in your car for a certain amount of time, and then most likely you're probably never going to see them again, depending on how big your market is. When I drive for Philly, like when I drive in Philly, I know I'm never going to see that person again, because one, they're either a tourist, or two, like I'm probably never going to see them again. So I get them from point A to point B, and thank you, have a great day, bye. Like, but again, I treat everybody that gets into my car with kindness, um, because I don't know them. Okay, like you always smile on your face. You'd be surprised how much a smile to somebody could change your day. You could have picked up Carl, the Uber driver. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Um, because I drive with both Uber and Lyft, and I just came out with rideshare PA. I'd be like Bob. You can call me Bob. I do like the bearded Uber guy, but that's taken already. Um. So yeah, like I keep saying, you just need to know how to play your cool. Okay. When everyone gets, so when I pick somebody up after I do the whole like say your name type bullshit, and they get in my car, do I have a nickname? Not really, no. Um, I'm sure you could guess my name though, sexy, because it's pretty much in like I could tell you how to find it out right now. So yes, Windex, there was one time I did a really sketchy trip, and I knew exactly halfway through what it was. Okay, well there you go, sexy. Um, I picked up a lady. She's probably in her mid 20s. I picked her up at a hotel. It was a two stop, but I didn't realize the stop was going somewhere else and then back to the hotel. I picked her up. I took her to her friend's house, which was a guy. Picked him up. She said she had to change something in the destination, which I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. I have no problem with that. So she changed the destination to a different location. She went there. Her boyfriend, I would assume that's who it was, went in to the place, came back out, and then I took them somewhere else. I took them back to the hotel. So I'm pretty sure it was either a drug deal or they were going to get drugs. And then I went back to the hotel. That was kind of sketchy. Um, I hate doing stuff like that. There was one night in my market where I was literally, I picked a lady up from somewhere, and I took her to this one place. Okay. And about 5 minutes later, it dinged, and I picked her back up and took her home. And then about 20 minutes later, I picked somebody else up somewhere completely different, like 4 or 5 blocks away from where I picked her up. And they were going to the exact same address. Hi, Rideshare Lisa. How's it going? Um, I picked her up from somewhere, and I took her to the exact same address. And about 5 minutes later, I picked her back up and took her back home. So obviously, the address that I was taking these people to, in my opinion, was most likely either a drug house or something like that, because glad to hear it. Because at the end of the day, like, you're taking people to the same address more than 3 or 4 times in one night. Yeah, they're dealing drugs out of there. So yeah, Oregon. I'm gonna go to Oregon. It's nice out there. They have lots of trees. You can use PA in the Boston has. Yeah, I kind of think I might change my name at some point. Maybe like Matt the rideshare guy. Welcome to the channel, everybody. So, to anybody that's new to the channel or new to the live stream, we're basically talking about keeping cool, keeping your head in a safe space, dealing with belligerent or asshole passengers. You need sometimes, instead of negatively reacting and throwing a fit or telling them to get the F out of your car like I did, which could have ended a lot differently. Sometimes you need to just collect your cool, get them from point A to point B, and deal with the situation. Thank you, rideshare Lisa. Appreciate the love. Love your hair, by the way. When you are taking somebody somewhere and they either start to throw a fit, um, they have an issue with something that you're doing, and you can tell the situation sometimes is going, yes, I would not have cussed him out either. The whole issue with that, though, is right before that, I had a whole nother incident with a guy beside the car, and I pulled over to collect my 5 and drive off, and that kid got in my car and made me even more angrier. What is Snapchat? Oh, okay. Well, either way, it still looks cool. But so yeah, guys. So basically, we were talking about before you guys came into the channel was just learning how to keep your cool. When you're driving, you need to learn when to pick your battles. Obviously, you don't want to take crap from people if you don't have to, but at the same time, you kind of learn doing this job after a couple months. You kind of learn which battles you can pick. Like I said before, the 3 battles that you can win right off the bat is if you have too many people trying to get in your car, people that don't have a car seat, and what was the other one? I can't think of what the other one was. I said it earlier. Car seats, too many people in your car, or I can't remember. Anyway, I'll think of it then. But that's why I said I take one of them out because I use this car seat. So this works great for me. I don't have that. I try to do everything I can. I try to keep as much stuff in my car so that way I can maximize how many people I have in my car and how many rides I don't turn down, if that makes sense. The more people that are in my car throughout the day, the more money I make. And when I'm in Philadelphia, I drive from 7 a.m. the whole way up until 1 or 2 in the morning because I drive for Uber and Lyft. Now, everyone says, oh my God, that's like 16 hours. Yes, guys, it is. However, I take breaks, okay? I'll drive from 7 maybe to 11 or 12, and then I'll take a 15 or 30-minute break, and then I'll drive some more, and then I will stop for a little bit. I'll take my 30-minute or hour lunch wherever I'm at, and then I will drive some more, and I will take, like, I take breaks throughout the day. I don't drive all day. Rideshare Lisa, yes, I do deliveries. I do Uber Eats. However, I only do those if it's slow, and I usually only do them in my hometown market. I don't do them when I go to Philadelphia. The longest trip that I ever did was from Philadelphia airport to JFK airport. That was about 3 hours one way because of traffic, and about 3.5 hours back. So for basically a 7-hour trip, I made $200. So if you break that down, that's, I think it's between 25 and 30 an hour, which I would consider a win. I'm completely okay with making 25 an hour. Exactly, Windex. Keep it clean, guys. Like I said, guys, I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect. At the end of the day, we are all, we all make mistakes. My channel, as well as everyone else's in here, is basically to teach guys, or just to talk and teach people getting into the rideshare industry things to do and things not to do. Hey, rideshare, Lisa, since you live in a college town, over the summer, do you see your wages go down as far as how many rides you get over the summer? Because a lot of the college kids probably drive. The only reason why I'm asking is because I live in a college town, and I have two colleges near me. Okay, um, and over the summer I felt like I was thinking my rides would go up, and over the summer I think they kind of went down. My rides normally go up in the wintertime when people don't want to. I did with Uber and Lyft. That's when I started food delivery. Do you do a different type of food delivery? Like, do you do Grubhub, or do you stick with just Uber Eats? I usually try to stick with just Uber Eats. I did sign up for Postmates, but I never did anything with it. I said screw it. Let's see, what do you guys talk? So yeah, guys, DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart. Yeah, I don't do either any of those. I signed up for Postmates, but I never really like. I sat on it for like 35 minutes the one night, and I sat on it for like my first night. I sat on it for like 35 or 40 minutes and got nothing. So I just haven't done it since. I'm not tired, Windex. As I yawn, I was only to deal with a lot more MPS as a college kid's better. I'm lucky with that, sexy, that most of the college kids in my town don't ever do that stuff. I've never had anybody scam me out of money, so that's a good thing. Of course, Windex, now that you said, how tired are you now? I feel tired. Thanks. Appreciate it. But I do work third shift, so I will be going to bed pretty soon. I'm a 10 too. What time is it? 4:30. So yeah, I'm actually probably gonna drive back to my. And then we'll cut this out. So does anybody have any questions for the 4 people that are in here? All right, here's what I want you guys to do. The 4 people that are in here, give me a hi. I know it's Sexy, Windex, Rideshare, Lisa, and I don't know who else is in here. College students do that here, but I raised 2 boys, so I just tell them the deal. Either straighten up or you're out. Exactly. Some college people that I know like to try and pull the, can we fit more one in here? Or, like, if it's a lot of girls, I get girls a lot sometimes trying to pull shit on me, where I'll have 4 girls get in a car, and then out of nowhere, the one girl will be like, oh, can my friend join? Like, and since I'm a guy, they think that they can pull shit and try and be cute, or like show me a little bit of cleavage or something to like get me to let their friend ride in the car with me. And it just doesn't work like that. Jacqueline, that's who it is. All right, so let me ask you guys, since I have 4 people in here, I just want an honest opinion. Do you think when I give my camera away, November 1st, 8 p.m., I'm going to do a live stream. Do you think the easiest way for me to do that is to just basically, however many people are in the room, figure out a number between, let's say there's 5 people, figure out a number between 1 and 20, and whoever's closest is the one that wins? Exactly, Lisa. That I do that too. Ever since my incident, guys, I pretty much have gotten into the habit of always keeping my doors locked and always keeping my windows up. I will also do it where if I'm taking somebody to a sketchy area, I do not open the doors. I tell them that the doors are locked, that they can unlock the door they're getting out of. So that way my door is still locked, if that makes sense. But I always keep my windows locked, or my doors and windows locked now. I only roll my window down a little bit like this right here, just enough for them to be able to hear me out of it. And then I always make sure I say to the person, hot, like they say your driver's name, you tell them their name, and then after that I always say how many people are coming with you. If I can tell it's just one, if I'm only picking her up like in the middle of nowhere or something, then Rideshare Lisa, are you one of his patrons? Yeah, you are, because Wendy was the one that won. Yeah, yeah. No, I did not win on Dustin's channel. I currently have Dustin's camera that he's giving away, but I bought it. I forget what the name of the person was that won it on his channel. So since I bought one, because I wanted one anyway, Patreon member. So yeah, I became a Patreon member on his channel, and I told him that since I already bought one, if I did win one on his channel, whether it's the regular channel or the Patreon channel, that I would give it away on my channel, and he was okay with that. But who knows? I probably won't win it. So that's why I'm giving my older dash cam that I had away, because I got a newer one. I figured rather than throw it away, I would at least give it to somebody who might need it. But so that being said, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to just pick a number between 1 and whatever, depending on how many people tune into the live stream. I've never had more than like 10 people on a live stream at one time. So since I'm a smaller channel, I think that would probably be the best way to do it. This stupid thing keeps cutting out. Okay. So yeah. But again, guys, since I am going live more often, if you do want to show support to the channel, feel free. Like I said, super chats are great. It's a good way to show me that you guys love the content and like the channel. I'm not going to ask for them much, but it's just begging, but I'm not going to do that. But if anybody is in a market that one thing I will say too, and I brought this up before. I know Sexy said about she doesn't like having kids in her car unless they're her kids. I get that. But if you find yourself in a market where you are taking kids to school and stuff in the morning with their parents, and you have kids, definitely invest in this car seat. It's called the MyFold, MIFOLD. It's literally, you could Google the smallest car seat, smallest toddler. Would you kick your neighbor's Windex? Why do you cussing, dude? Like, why do you're not even asking questions that are related to the channel? No, I would call the cops and let the cops deal with it. Again. You guys, again, this is the thing I say. Picking your battles, keeping your calm. Right now, I'm keeping my calm. If I really wanted to, I could just deactivate. I could just remove Windex from the channel. But I'm not going to do that, okay? He might ask some dumb questions sometimes, but sometimes I like his snarty comments. But you need to learn when to keep your calm when dealing with passengers. You can't freak out. You can't bitch and moan. You can't complain, because at the end of the day, all they have to do is put some stupid reason or false accusation into their app as to why they canceled the ride, why they didn't have a good time, blah, blah, blah. I think it was Dustin's channel yesterday. He posted something about a passenger commenting on a guy about his tire being low, and Uber deactivated him for the weekend because it was a safety issue. Like, if your tire was low, then why did you get in the car and take the ride in the first place? Like, what's up, crybaby? What's up, boss? Complain all you want. That's the thing. Passengers can complain all they want. What I'm trying to say, crybaby, though, is you need to learn as a driver, at least in my opinion, you need to learn as a driver when to pick your battles with your passengers, because some passengers are just assholes and are just looking for a free ride. And at the end of the day, they will get on their app and just deactivate you or just put in a complaint for no reason. Now, they can complain all they want, but at the end of the day, I want to make money too. So you need to learn, in my opinion, you need to learn when to keep your cool as a driver and not flip out on every single asshole that gets in your car. Because you are going to have assholes every single day. That's just a matter of fact. I firmly believe that I was born in the wrong generation. I should have been born in the 50s or 60s, because today, between millennials and all these other people that think they can get what they want when they want and they don't have to work for it, I hate that. I'm definitely somebody that has a really strong work ethic, and a lot of people today just want things handed to them. Yes, Crybaby's name is awesome. We also call him the Bearded Dragon. Actually, correction, I call him the Bearded Dragon. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm seeing some familiar names in here. Sexy, Crybaby, Rideshare Lisa. You guys are awesome. But yeah, like, I definitely learned after my main incident, the one that everybody knows me for on here, I definitely believe if I didn't keep my cool in that situation, and just by, like, again, repeating myself over and over again, like, please get out of my car, please get out of my car, please get out of my car. If I didn't keep my cool, and if I would have flipped on him, I either would have got hit by him, hit by the person beside me, like, it would have went completely sideways, went backwards. I would have got hurt. Something would have happened. If the guns were loaded, I would have got shot. Like, I firmly believe I handled the situation the best way I could. I kept my calm. I kept collected. The second I saw an opportunity to take it, as far as driving away, I did. And I firmly believe I handled that situation the best way I could. Crybaby can completely agree with me that living in a market, especially he drives in Vegas, so living in a market where you have a lot of touristies people, a lot of drunk people, you have to learn to deal with those situations. After a while, you learn how to handle those situations and how to just, it becomes every day. Correction, I'm the same way, Sexy. If it's only one person, I always try to get them. No, I do not let anybody sit in the front. If it's one person, they usually always get in the passenger side back seat. Okay, because if they're sitting in front of me, they can literally just grab the steering wheel and yank it, and next thing I know, I'm crashed. If it's one person, I always have them sit them in the passenger's back seat. If it's two people, then they both sit in the back seat. If it's any more than two, usually I have the three in the back. And if it's four, then obviously I have somebody sit in the front. But I don't like people sitting in the front seat just for the simple fact that they can punch me, they can hit my steering wheel, they can do whatever they want, and basically I could crash. So that's just my rule. I mean, do whatever makes you feel safe. I've had people sometimes ask me if they could sit in the front seat, and then sometimes, depending on who it is, if that vibe I get, then I'll say yes or no. But it all depends on the situation, really. All right, guys. Anybody else have any situations they want to talk about? I mean, I've had yes and no. I mean, I have a rear view mirror, so I use that when I'm talking to people too. And if I'm talking to them constantly, most people, most people for me, I mean, I talk to most people, so I don't really have a lot of people that I don't talk to. I try to put out a friendly vibe. I usually always ask somebody when they get in my car, how's your day going? How's your weekend going? If I'm picking them up from a bar, I always ask them the baby bearded dragon. Yeah, that I don't know if that would, depending on how hot they were, I might do that. Um, anyway, um, crap, crybaby, you took me off. You took my whole topic completely off track with that one comment. Um, yeah, I can't think what I was talking about. But yeah, like I said, I live in a college town, so I've had to deal with some of the scams. I had my wallet and money stolen from me when I was driving Lyft, and of course nothing happened. Of course not, because Lyft doesn't care. Lyft doesn't care at all. Neither does Uber. I called Lyft, so this is one reason why I don't really drive. Oh snap! Oops. Sorry guys. This is one reason why I don't drive for Lyft unless I absolutely have to. Lisa, you make a really good point. So when I'm busy, I always have Uber on. As long as it's pinging constantly, I stick with Uber. If I go 10 minutes without a ride, then I'll switch to Uber and Lyft and see if I get any rides on Lyft. So after my incident, we were at the police station filing a report, and I actually had Lyft on the phone. I told them the whole situation that happened, and they said, okay, we'll look into it. They would not give the cops any information whatsoever about the customer, about anything. They told them they needed to subpoena Lyft to get any information. Okay, that to me is just downright ridiculous. Now, 2 days later, I called Lyft and was talking to them. And when I talked to them at that time, then they did deactivate the account that was taken care of on, but they didn't do it until a day or two later. So they put the safety of their drivers and their passengers at risk by not listening to me when I was at the police station. I do think Lyft is very shady. I do also think Uber sometimes is very shady because at the end of the day, the only thing they care about is the money. Um, so yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, what happened? Because I got kicked out. I had to be careful with passengers in the front seat. They wanted to grab my baby bearded dragon. I still think that's hysterical. The baby bearded dragon. I also had, and this is another thing too. This is another reason why me, Dustin, Rideshare Hub, Rideshare Professor, all these other YouTubers that talk about this, talk about scam. And we try to go over it like over and over again sometimes. No, I didn't get mad. Uh, um, scams are out there. They're happening more and more every day. I know Dustin just did a thing on it. So my first month in driving, I didn't know any better. My first month in driving, I had somebody call me and ask me for my password to my account. Me not thinking, because I was actually locked out of my account at the time. Oh, crybaby, you're hilarious, dude. Is that 100 subs or 100,000? Oh my god, he's hysterical. I love watching your live streams, dude. Oh my god. But no, like, crap. I lost my train of thought again. Damn it. What was I talking about? Can somebody remind me where I was talking about before freaking crybaby? Oh my god. He said my export name. I already told it to you, man. Bearded Dragon. Oh man. But yeah, you just have to oh, scams. So what happened was, I was a month into driving and something happened right before, and I forget what it was at the time, but somebody called me, and this is one of the easiest scams that they will do. Um they asked me for my password to get into my account because they needed to check something, because I actually had 3 rides before this. I had an issue with a fare that wasn't right. So I called them to fix this issue, and it was just luck of the draw where 3 or 4 rides later, somebody tried to pull a scam on me, and they called me and told me they needed my password to get in to check my account. Me not thinking clearly, because I was busy and wanted it to get taken care of, I gave them my password. Now, luckily, as soon as I got off the phone with them, I put 2 and 2 together and realized, well, wait a second, why do they need my password? So I went in quick and fixed it and changed my password to something else. And they didn't get any of my money, thank God. But that is the easiest freaking scam somebody will do. They will call you because they have your phone number. Most likely, if they're calling you, they have your phone number as a customer. They will call you, they will get your phone number, they will try and get you to give them your password. Then all they have to do is go into uber.com, type in your phone number and your password, and if they can get into your account, all they'll do is they'll change the payout information from your name and your credit card to their name and their bank, and then they'll deposit whatever you have into their bank. So, I mean, don't fall for that, guys. Uber will never ask you for your password. They will never ask you for your name. They will never ask you for any of that information, okay? They have all of that information. They have your car, your make and model, your name, your number, your... They have everything. Obviously, they don't need it from you. So don't fall for that scam, okay? Had people do that. Have you ate a chalupa? Crybaby, you had somebody try and pull that scam on you doing DoorDash? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing DoorDash or Postmates. I haven't gotten behind it yet. Um, I like to stick with Uber and Lyft. I like driving people. I mean, even though sometimes they're ignorant and whatever, I do like people. I like having I like having people in my car, to be honest, just because it's interaction. When I drive in Philly, and I'm sure rideshare or Crybaby can attest to this at least. Um, when I drive in Philly, Philly is a very, very tourist city, just like Vegas is a very, very touristy city. I get people from all over the world down there. I picked up a Chinese guy the one time that was from, I want to say Beijing. He was in town for business. We talked about lots of great stuff, his culture, um, the food, everything over there. Um, I picked up a guy from Sweden, which I know Sweden has a very good school system and things like that. So I talked to him about his culture, what it's like to live in Sweden, the school system, the government there, their economy, things of that nature. Like, I like talking to different people. Like, personally, if I could, I would travel the world. Like, seriously, like, so let's just say this for shits and giggles. If I won the Powerball and won like $400 million, I would literally just travel the world. I would have nothing wrong with going to city, spending like a week in every city, and just traveling the world and seeing different cultures. I love Philadelphia for the simple fact that there's so many different kinds of people that one live in Philadelphia and also visit Philadelphia. So over the summertime, when I get a chance to go down there I usually go down every other weekend or so. Um, I definitely look forward to it because I meet so many different people from all different types of earth, all different types of countries. I'm trying to think. I want to say Sweden was probably the furthest. It was two people that were in town for business, but they were going around doing like a beer fest type thing, and that was awesome. So I talked to them the whole trip. It sucks balls. Yeah, I did the same thing, Sexy. I signed up for DoorDash, and I never used it, so they probably deactivated me too. And Postmates will probably do the same thing because I signed up for them, and I signed with the app for like an hour, 30 minutes or an hour. I forget exactly how long it was, but I was on there for a good while, and literally I got no pings in my area. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing this, and I just went back to doing Uber Eats. Exactly. Crybaby, what's your one experience off the top of your head, like, of a good passenger? Like, your craziest experience off the top of your head. Mine was, like I said before, I did a video on this. Was somebody invited me into their house. Like, this was a beautiful woman. Um, it was like a 30-minute drive. I talked to her the whole way there about family, divorce, things of that nature, like things she was going through, things I was going through. Um, Hit it off really well. Talked the entire time. Had probably one of the best conversations with anybody I've ever had in my car. And when I get to her destination, she invited me inside. And at that time, I'm like, as much as I would love to, like, sorry, I can't do that. It's against the terms of service. Is this family friendly? I really don't care. It's entertaining and I don't care. But yeah, I had basically had this lady invite me inside. So I told her, I said, look, I said, that's against Uber's terms of service. I'm working right now. However, I grabbed one of my, at the time I didn't have business cards. I grabbed one of these. I still don't have business cards, but I grabbed my Freebird thing that I give out for, like, I grabbed this. Okay, this is the thing I also have, like, my Freebird app. I don't know if I've told anybody about this at all lately or not, but it's a third party app that you can use to get, like, money and stuff if you're a rider. These are my cards that I give my riders for that. It has my code right here, but on the blank. So what I did is I wrote my name and my phone number on the back of this, and I told her, I said, look, I'm working right now. You seem really cool, and I wouldn't mind getting to know you at a later date, but here's my phone number. Feel free to text me sometime. So that's what I would say is probably one of my craziest experiences. Just because of the conversation that we did have sometimes, but like I said, you guys, you need to keep your conversations also. Thing that will help you. Um, like I said before about keeping your cool is also knowing what to talk about in your car. one chick. There you go, crybaby. Mine was picking up a person around 1:30 a.m. When I got to the location, it was dead end with lots of woods. The boy jumped out of the woods on me. So you were picking somebody. Oh, you were picking somebody up, and when you picked them up, when you went to pick them up, he jumped out and scared you. Okay, yeah, that's not fun. I mean, it is kind of funny looking at it now, but yeah, that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that one, crybaby. I just, like I said, like, you need to learn when to pick your battles and when not to. Now we're just more talking. I love talking to you guys. It's hysterical. You know, what'd be really cool is if we had like a rideshare convention and we could all meet at one place. Playing Rambo. He was playing Rambo. That's funny. But yeah, I feel like I need to have a cigarette in my mouth so I have something to do like Crybaby does every time. I'm kidding. Making fun of you, right? Yeah. Instacart took way too long. Hi, rideshare, Lisa. Glad to see you back in the channel. I appreciate it. Well, you guys must not have anything to do if you're coming to my channel. That must mean Dustin's not one. Had a guy tip me $80 to eat his chick out in backseat. What? For him to do it or for you to do it? That's crazy, dude. I would have probably taken that. I've been like, give me 100. I need to come to Vegas, man. All the good stories are in Vegas. Holy crap. I heard the cost of living is pretty cheap out there, too. Because nobody really wants to live in Vegas. I don't know if I would do that, though. Like, my kids ride in my car every day. The street was dark. It didn't have no lights on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I have my kids in my car every day, so I don't know if I would have done that. I mean, but hey, whatever. Whatever floats their boats. I mean, $80 is $80 is $80. So, kind of at the same time, I'd be like, I don't know if I'd do it. I probably would. Like, I hate to say it, I probably would. It depends on the time of day. I don't know. And how much money I needed. It's like, hey, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that's when you see. That's when you know. Okay, so here's a good example of what I just said about knowing when to pick your battles. Me personally, if I was in that situation, crybaby, in my head I would have been like, "Why don't you let me show you how to do it?" But at the same time, that could start a battle, so you wouldn't say that. I would just drive. All right, guys. There's 6 people in the live stream right now. So just to go back to what we were originally saying at the very beginning, just basically knowing when to keep your cool and knowing when to pick your battles. When you have riders in your car, um, it's up to you. Like mostly, you want to take them from point A to point B. If they want to stop at a destination or if they want to stop at a gas station and get food and stuff like that, that is completely up to you. However, they can also put that in the app. So with things like that, Crybaby, I'm coming to Vegas, man. You got all the fun out there. Um, yeah, I definitely would. Like I said, you gotta be able to pick your battles. If somebody wants to stop somewhere and get a bite to eat or something like that at a gas station or whatever, that's up to you if you want to do it. Most likely, I would just tell them, yeah, but can you do me a favor and just put it in the app so that way it's tracked. Because at the end of the day, if it's not tracked, and say you pull over at the gas station for 5 or 10 minutes while they're running and get food, come back out, you can take them to their destination. Next thing you know, you're not getting paid for that because they put in a false report saying you stopped somewhere on the way. Like, you got to cover your ass. So most times when somebody asks me if they want to stop somewhere or if I can stop at a McDonald's or something on the way, I say, yeah, it's no problem. Can you just do me a favor and put it in the app? Crybaby, you got some good stories from Vegas. I was super laid back when I drove. Exactly. Tell me about how I can make money at the bars. Oh, God. I don't know if I want to hear this or not. I'm going to get going soon, guys. Crybaby, tell me how I can make money at the bars quick. And while I'm waiting for that, I just want to, again, reiterate, guys. Friday, November 1st, I will be doing a live dash cam giveaway. So however many people are in the room, I will be basically writing a number on a piece of paper. And depending on how many people are in the room, whoever's closest is the one that's going to win. And then they can just give me some way to contact them, whether it's an email address or a phone number. Phone number would probably be best, or email. It doesn't matter. I can email you, and then I can get your information that way, and I can send you the dash cam. It will be free shipping. Again, I'm going to pay all of the expenses for you guys to get it. You never drove for Uber since you experienced that issue the night. Okay, yeah. So you never drove, and then you came across my video. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, a lot of people ask me when it comes to my video why I'm still driving. I'm doing it because I like it and I have bills to pay. I like driving for Uber and Lyft. I like making money on the side. I don't do it all the time. I don't do it full time. And lately I haven't even been doing it as much as I used to. But um, yeah, I do what I need to do to survive. So if I need extra money, I go out and I drive. Weekends that I don't have my kids, I go out and I drive, because at the end of the day, whether I make $100 or $300, it all helps me pay my bills down. So, um, people always ask me, and I've also, one tip I would say, guys, if you're driving, um, one thing I've learned is sometimes people always ask me how my night was or how my night's going. I always lie. Instead of saying good, I'll just be like, nah, it's been crappy. It hasn't been busy at all. Because usually when you say it hasn't been busy, if you're saying, yeah, it's been busy, I've been steady all night long, then they'll be like, okay, well, they might not feel obligated to tip you as well because they know you're making money. So, um, if it is busy, and I'll still be like, no, like it hasn't been busy at all. I haven't been really getting many rides. I've been waiting a little bit. Then they might be like, okay, well, here's a couple more bucks. Take care. $40 a head. That's awesome. See, I could definitely deal with that. The craziest, I had the craziest run I ever did, I think. It was hilarious, okay? And maybe this happened to you, Crybaby. You could tell me. So I was up near a strip club, and I actually stopped and pulled over. That's where my pickup was, at a strip club. I picked up two strippers and a guy. The guy and the stripper sat. One of the strippers sat in the back. The other one sat in the front. She talked to me the entire time to get to her house. She was awesome. Um, older, she had kids. Like we hit it off really well. She talked the whole time. She was great. I dropped her off at her house. Apparently, the guy in the back thought he was going home with the stripper in the back because he only put in the destination for her house. Um, and we get there, like they were talking the whole time. He had his hand on her leg, everything. It was great. So yeah, I thought he was going with her. So we get to her destination, and mind you, this guy's paying for this ride. It was honestly like a 55-minute ride. We dropped off their friend, which was the first stripper, at her house, drove to the other stripper's house, and as we're dropping her off, he gets out and whatever, and it was hysterical. He thinks he's going with her. He looks out. He says to her, he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He says to me, he's like, thanks for the ride, everything. He gets out of the car. She gets out and she turns around. She looks at him and she goes, all right, hon, I'll talk to you later. She gives him a kiss on the cheek, not even on the lips, a kiss on the cheek. Gives him a little like peck or whatever, and says, all right, I hope you have a great night. And he ends up getting back in the car. No, sexy, it wasn't his pimp. It wasn't their pimp. What it was, at least in my mind, was hysterical. Was they wanted to get a ride home. This guy wasn't the greatest looking. He was more on the nerdier side. I'm not knocking anybody for how they look, but what I think happened is he thought he was going home with the one stripper. So they took advantage of him, got him to pay for them to give each of them a ride home. I ended up having to take him home. So the whole time they basically were using this guy to get them a free ride home. Yeah. He said my sub count goes backwards. I don't know why. I find you very entertaining. You're very I think cuz some people don't like the truth. They don't like to be told what's right in front of their faces, and you come off very, very straightforward. So I mean, me personally, I like that. I like when somebody tells me that is very blunt and honest with me. I don't like people to hold back. If you don't like me, just come flat out and tell me you don't like me, and then we can both go our separate ways. Like, so I don't talk, and this might be another topic. I'm just going to bring it up right now. One thing that you should never ever talk about, actually, two things you should never talk about in your car: politics and religion. Okay. Um, I personally am a Christian. I have my beliefs. I have my beliefs in politics. However, I firmly believe this country is at a day and age where everybody, for lack of a better word, is butthurt. People cannot get along. Okay? Just because, and I'm just using it as an example, okay? Just because I may or may not like Obama, or I may or may not like Trump, and you are the opposite, does not mean we can't still get along. Just because I'm a Christian and you are an atheist does not mean we can't get along. It just means we have different opinions on different topics. And I firmly believe we're at a day and age in America where people don't agree with that. Like, because I don't agree with what you believe in, does that make me wrong? No, it just makes me different, okay? People are different, okay? What was this about men? What'd you say? Now that wasn't right. Why females do some men like that. Um, so yeah, I mean, agree with me, guys. Agree with me or not. I had a black family get in my car and the dad pulled that you must be a Trump supporter on me. Look the way I looked. Exactly. Like, what does it matter? Okay. whether you believe in Trump or not. Um, it doesn't. Like, we can all agree to disagree on things. No, I did not see that video, Sexy. Like, we are today, in my opinion, our social aspect and our views as a whole for this country are completely off whack. Um, I don't want to say we're at the end of days, but I firmly believe there is a big problem with the world in a whole. We are not focusing on the right things, and because of that, you can see it as far as the wars, people not getting along, all the issues with people just acting crazy and stupid. Um, I just firmly believe that our social aspect as a whole is completely off kilter. Exactly. Art 31. I completely agree with you. Too much tech. Um, exactly. They don't. Like, I've had so many people where, like, like somebody I was talking to the one time um was asking me if I did Snapchat, and I'm like, no, I don't have Snapchat. Like, I literally have, like, all I have is Facebook. And they're like, oh, well, you need all this app shit. Like, you want to talk to me? Fucking call me. Like, or better yet, if you want to talk to me, Facebook message me so I can actually see your face like I'm talking to you guys right now. Like, to me, it's stupid. Nobody wants to actually sit and have a decent conversation with somebody, and that's why we are in the way we are. The world is right now. Like, yep, exactly, 100%. I agree, Art. I do. Um, it's ridiculous. And then when people do start to break free from that and try to voice their own opinion, then we're labeled as rebels or just whatever. Here's another thing too, guys. If you have not yet seen, I have a video on what was it? Sexy, what was the video you let me use? What was it? It was the chicken place. I forget what chicken place it was. The fight at the chicken place. Um, so yeah, if you want to check out that video, it's in mine. However, Sexy Legs was the one that originally posted it. So again, I just want to say thank you to her for letting me post that video. And actually, like, sending me videos sometimes. I appreciate the support. So, but yeah, guys, I'm going to get going. I actually have to be at work in 5 hours, my full-time job. So I need to go to bed. But just to remind everybody, exactly, there's no reason for stereotypes these days. It's pointless. Um, I just again want to remind everybody I am giving away the free dash cam November 1st, 8 p.m. It's the first Friday. Um, I'm not sure how long it's going to last as far as me doing the live stream, because it is first Friday, and in my market, first Friday is very busy. So I will try and do it before I go out that night. That's all you can do, Sexy, is pray for people. People are stupid, people are ignorant, people are blind. You can sit here till you're blue in the face and try and help somebody. I've tried to do that countless times where somebody I knew specifically, or like in my family or in my life, physically needed help. And every single time I tried to help them, it didn't work out how I wanted to, until I realized that, you know what? As much as I want to help this person, I cannot help them, because until they want helped, it won't take effect, okay? I had somebody in my life for probably 3 or 4 years try and get me to quit smoking. My dad, which smokes at the same time, was trying to get me. He told me, like, hey, you need to quit, you need to stop, blah, blah, blah. Until I physically, in my own mind, set it in here to stop smoking, it didn't work, okay? Until one day I woke up and I'm like, you know what? This is going to kill me someday. I have kids. I can't do this anymore. And I put it in my mind that I wasn't going to smoke anymore. So at the end of the day, everybody wants to help people, and I get that as far as whatever, for whatever reason, but you can't help people that don't want to be helped. And that's the problem with this world today. There's too many people in my mind hand out, and my time zone is, it is, let's see, what time is it right now? It is 5:13. I am on the Eastern time zone. Yes, you do. And you know what? That's completely fine, because that's how you want to live your life. I will not ever knock anybody for living their life how they want to live it. Because at the end of the day, you do you, I do me. We can have different opinions, but we're all human. We are all, and I'm not going to get preachy right now. I don't want to get preachy right now, even though I am a Christian. We're all sinners. We're all broken. We all have our own problems. We are all cut from the same cloth, even though we're different. And at the end of the day, we all go to the bed every morning the same way. We all put our pants on the same way. Okay? We all want to be treated equally. We all want to be loved. And we all want to be cared for, right? I'm pretty sure we all want that. So when I go out every day, I always try to be compassionate to other people. I always try to have a smile on my face. And no matter what I do, I always try to be friendly to everybody, because you don't know. You could be at the grocery store. You could run into somebody that has had the worst day they've ever had in their life. And say they have, I'll just use this for example. Okay. And you run in to get, this woman had a really crappy day. She has 2 kids with her. Her kids are being rambunctious and all can right by to be that nice person to pick it up, and to just simply look at that lady and smile and say, "Oh, I hope you have a good day." That could change her day around. You know what I mean? So always just think of it as paying it forward. You know what I mean? Always have that look in life that your smile could maybe change somebody else's day. Sexy. I have kids. How did I quit? I just, I just quit. I don't know how to explain it. I smoked for a while. So I smoked for a while. I quit for 3 or 4 months. I did Chantix. I quit for 3 months on that. And then at the time, I was going through some life stuff, and I was getting really stressed out, and I started to smoke again. So after that, I got really pissed off. For like 5 or 6 months after that, I started smoking again. And I just got I got to a point in my life where I was, I don't want to say depressed, but I was kind of a little just upset with how my life was going. And I woke up one day and I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't keep doing this. I need to quit. And I have kids. At the time, I had 2 kids. I had my son and my daughter at the time. And I said, you know what? Like, I need to quit, because if I don't, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be around for my kids. And I want to be around for my kids. I want to be around for my grandkids. So I made the choice at the time to quit smoking. And at the time, cigarettes were expensive, and I was wasting way too much money on them. So, but all right, guys, like I said before, I need to get going to bed. So I will talk to you all later. Hopefully I can come out with some more content this week. I've been a little bit lazy on that these past couple days. I just want to take a break again, but whenever I can find stuff, I bring it to you guys, and I hope you guys love the content, love the videos. If you do, feel free to share anything with anybody. Post it on your Facebook page, share it, like it. I'm completely fine with that. Like I said, me personally, I am somebody that likes to put my content out there for people that are new to driving, to teach people things to do and not to do. The very first video I put out there, at first I put that out as a video to catch that person, and then I decided at that time to leave it up after he was caught, because it is a very good video to teach people what not to do. Like I said, my main problem with that, one, I cussed him out. If I didn't do that, he might have just went out because he saw I had a dash cam. I do think it was a setup because once he saw the dash cam, he just said, "Hey, I'm joking," and went to get out. But I got pissed off, and that's what made it worse. My very first problem with that video was leaving my doors and windows unlocked. If I wouldn't have done that, it wouldn't have been an issue. So that video goes to show people what not to do. So that's why my channel, and I want my channel to be a teaching, a learning channel. I also want to have fun with it. So if you come across a video you like, if you come across a topic that I do that you like, feel free to share that on your Facebook page and make it known to any fellow drivers that you have. But I'm going to head out for the night, guys, again, just so everybody knows. Friday, November 1st is the dash cam giveaway. Have a good day, guys. Rideshare PA out.